Who's the bitch?
Who is the bitch?
Who's the bitch?
Hello.
Who's the bitch? How is everybody?
Welcome to the first episode of Who's the Bitch?
And I want to know if you're the bitch today, or do you have a bitch in your life? We want to hear about it.
We need to hear about it. So if you have a bitch in your life, or you're wondering if maybe you were the bitch in a scenario, please go to bit.ly/LPN hotline. That's bit.ly/LPN hotline.
Right?
There it is, babies. There it is. And we can see your gorgeous face, or we cannot see your gorgeous face.
I love that skunk baby already out the gate. I'm the bitch. And you know, it's good to know right from the start.
Just up
when
top.
You're being a bitch. Sometimes I'm the bitch.
Self-awareness is very important here at Who's the Bitch. Very important.
Also very important, I think that up top we really need to get into the fact that, like, not all bitches are bad.
Oh no, I'm a bitch. Everybody I'm friends with is a bitch. I love bitches.
I'm a bitch.
That's like
We got bitches in chat.
Yeah.
Right? Panic Bhutan. We can all be the bitch. We've all been the bitch. And sometimes it's you and sometimes it's somebody else.
Yeah, and sometimes you're a badass, awesome bitch, and sometimes you're being the stank ass bitch, and we need to tell you that.
Yeah, sometimes you being a sloppy bitch. Maybe you're being boring and maybe you're being a little bit of a sleepy.
A sleepy little bitch. If you call us with a boring story,
Sleepy bitch.
you're a sleepy bitch.
We're going to get you right out of here, sleepy
Not gonna allow
bitch.
that. Sorry.
But we are down. We want your details. We want your
Yes.
information. Hell yeah, Lucifer, I'm bitchin' bitchy bitch. And sometimes that's extra bitch on top of bitch. Love
Wait,
it.
should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah, I
First
guess we
show?
should. Yeah, hey
First
guys.
show?
Hey, first show. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. Can you tell I'm trying to keep my energy? I'm trying to be chill. Like, I'm effortless today.
This is low-key. This is Jackie at 65%.
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
Delilah love
Go
songs
up
at
to
night, Jackie.
120 though, like whenever I want. But it's just right there at the end of my fingertips. Thank you, Uncanny Rachel. I think you're stunning. Yeah, let's talk. Welcome, everybody here, LPN. Kara, you've been hanging out in some of the Hoopa. You were
A little
on
bit
Hoopa
lately.
Goo.
I was murdered very recently on
Murdered
Hoopagoogoo.
very quickly on Hoopagoogoo, and that's fine. I was also murdered on Hoopagoogoo, which makes us beautiful. Thank you. And yes, thank you, Cat Brain Jones. Yeah, effortless. Everybody's always referring to me as effortless, right? Now, Kara Clank is the host of podcast.
Yes.
Messed Up.
Yes.
The SVU podcast.
I host a podcast about Law and Order SVU if you're interested.
And you should definitely check that out. But that's not what we're fucking talking about today. Now, Kara and I'm Jackie Zabrowski. I guess I can introduce myself as well. I'm a member of LPN. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and for joining us on our new adventure. Oh my God, thank you. I don't really play video games with the 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much. I don't really play video games. Love your love.
Wow.
And now,
I'm just learning about the sub game, but thank you. We appreciate that.
and also thank you, JD Panda, for noticing our Love is Blind cups. So we are drinking a little bit of wine. Just a little bit, just enough to get, we want that bitch peeking out of the top of your shorts, just like your ass crack. Now,
And then if things get really bitchy, we've got Buzzballs, baby.
well, it is a woman-owned company. And I think that we
Woman-owned.
remember that from LP.
Yours is keying out because it's a beautiful apple
Oh, yeah, because
green.
it's forbidden apple.
It's forbidden.
Maybe that's why it wasn't the green screen. It's just because it's
Mine's a Lada Culata. I've never had one before.
woman-owned. Cheers.
Cheers.
Our first show, inaugural show. Cheers to everybody. Zang.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, Little Bish Bear, thank you so much for the gifted subs, Little Bish Bear. Oh my God, and thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
I love Little
Thank you guys
Fish
so
Bear.
much for your subs. Now, Kara,
Yes.
we've known each other for a really long
A
time.
really long time.
And I dare say that I think that we've been both wanting to work with each other for almost just as long.
Yes. Well, if you dig deep into the internet, you will find a video of me being kidnapped by Jackie and a couple friends. It's a sketch. And they beat me senselessly, and then we drink together and party until I give birth to a banana.
Yeah, and
So
then-
check the internet for that.
We did make that.
That
for some
exists.
reason. We did do that.
I just stumbled upon it recently and was like, wow.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
Demon Lemurnick, it wasn't Murder Fist. It was Girls Are Roommates. And
Yeah.
it wasn't. And technically, now if you look back, we were being the bitch in that situation. situation because we did ask a young, very busy person to A, do a sketch completely for free, B, pretend like she was pregnant and have her go through the birthing process of having a baby banana. Now, you don't just ask anybody to do that. You got to really know a
Only
person before you
certain
ask them to do
people
it.
are down for that kind of acting.
Panic Bhutan says Girls Are Roommates is wonderful, and I appreciate that. I think it's a little unhinged. But then if you've checked out Girls Are Roommates, you know Kara and I
you've
have known
seen
each
me
other for a really
you
long
saw
time.
me. I was just a little baby giving birth to a baby banana.
And what's really crazy is how much Kara and I have both changed since we first started to get to know each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess I could just assume, Kara, because you are a wife and a mother of 2 children, that you've changed from when we were doing
A little.
what
I'm
we were
still
doing.
getting drunk.
Yeah, you still gotta get drunk. I mean, you have kids again. But
Yeah.
I feel like, yes, Panic Bhutan, we had a bit of a glow up. And so part of us wanting to tell you guys if you're being a bitch or if somebody else is being a bitch is because, man, we have been that
We've been
bitch
there. We've been the bitch.
so many times. And honestly, I have quietened, I have deadened the bitch that lives inside of me, and I miss her.
Let's bring her back out.
So that show,
bring her back out.
The show, we're gonna bring her back out a little bit. Thank you.
Yeah,
so
we
much.
got opinions.
Twitch is gifting the subs. Action Bastard is gifted out. Oh my God, Action
What's
Bastard.
happening? What's
Action
happening?
Bastard gifted
This is so many
25
subs.
subs. That's insane. Thank you so much, Action Bastard. And I have no idea how Twitch can gift a sub, but I'm gonna say maybe it's from God.
Are we getting all these subs because we're both showing our feet?
Whoa, yeah, thank
We
you.
didn't even mean to,
We
but
did.
we're both just
We are showing our feet, and
we
you
did
know-
some market research that just said if we start out with a good wiki feet up top, that we'll
Yeah.
get more listeners, subs.
I never show my feet. And I was like, maybe today's the day. My feet aren't
day.
my feet aren't like my brother's feet. My brother's feet are horrific.
Oh, well,
I've
my
got
co-host
petite feet.
the co-host of my other podcast said something so her name's Lisa Traeger, very funny. She said men's feet should be illegal. And I think that's something I carry with me, and I'm considering a first tattoo.
Yes.
It's just that.
I think that's really good. You should get it tattooed on your feet
yeah.
so that you can show everyone.
I've never seen Henry's that I can think of, but I'm
They're
not.
actually really not that bad. In the scheme of feet, they're really not that bad.
Okay.
But he talks about them like they're horrible, and they're really not that bad.
Get him in here. I want
Henry,
to see
really?
for myself.
I feel like the toes are being the bitch in that situation. But, maybe the toes, they don't scream into your brain the way they scream into Henry's brain. Now, let's get into a little bit. Now, y'all are new here.
Yeah.
We're new here.
We're going to explain how this is going to work.
Let's talk brass talks. Brass talks. I talk that brass talks.
So what's happening here right now, this live stream, we'll be live streaming every other Monday. We can't bring this to you every Monday. It's just too much power on the
red
internet.
hot.
It would literally explode everything. So every other Monday we'll be here, and then this episode will turn into a podcast. And then every other Wednesday, sorry, I'm being so confusing. Every Wednesday there will be a podcast.
You got a podcast every
It'll be a
Wednesday.
combination of these live streams and us just doing regular podcast episodes with voicemails, DMs, emails. But on this show, we want to hear your voices. And we want to see your face if you feel comfortable. If you don't, you just turn that camera off, baby. No problem.
Worried you are bitch. Call now bit.ly/LPN hotline. Get your calls in because we want to hear
What
from
if
you.
what if you want to call in really badly, but you know that you have a friend who watches LPN stuff and might be listening to our live stream? Disguise your own voice.
I would say
That's
that.
it. You got to
Or
call
write
in and
an
go.
email.
Yeah, or just write an email. But if you really want to call in, just work on some vocal tactics
Oh
and
my God.
My problem is that
yeah, like that kind of
That
thing.
maybe your problem is that you've become a demon.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do.
Well,
with it. Should you cross back over.
If anonymity means something to you, when you call in, we want all the juicy details, please. Please give us, or if you write us, give us details. It's like, if you're just like, my sister-in-law's being a bitch, I want to know why. What'd she say? What'd she do? What's the context?
I want to know what
Give us the
kind of
info.
looks she's been giving.
Yes.
You know the ones I'm fucking talking about.
And if you but give us enough info that is not, and this is if you call in as well. Don't dox anyone. Don't be like my sister Elaine Johnson from Portland, Maine. We don't want to dox anyone. And Elaine, I'm sorry to bring you up like that.
Whoa,
but
Elaine's gonna fucking come get you.
She's coming for me.
Sorry, babe.
But don't dox anybody. And if you're calling in, you are giving us consent to use your voice and likeness on the podcast.
Even Limerick, oh my God, Jackie, I saw the substance. My God, are they the bitch or Dennis Quaid? We all know Dennis Quaid is the bitch.
I haven't seen that movie. I'm too scared. You told me to. You told me all about it, and I'm too scared.
Yeah, you don't want to watch.
Okay,
that's not. It's not even in a scary way. I just know you don't like. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being a bitch. I'm assuming you're not a huge body horror.
No. You are. That is a correct assumption.
And this ain't the movie for you, babe. But for those of you that do love body horror, check out The Substance. Just
I don't know
saying.
if this substance is for me either.
Why? Do you not like it?
No, it's okay.
Do you want to try my forbidden apple?
Yeah. No. I just got over a cold. I don't want you to get a forbidden cold.
I
But
appreciate
listen,
that because that would also be a really.
this is
bitchy
okay.
fucking
I
move.
think this would be so good ice cold, and it's cool.
You know what? I love a lukewarm buzzball. Yum, goes down kind of like it's grease. Woman owned, everybody.
Women owned.
But also don't forget, when you're giving us a call, when you're calling us up, you are giving us consent to use your voice and your image on our show.
Yep.
So we wanted to say that up top so that y'all got it in your beautiful noggins. Yeah, baby, it's consenting.
Yeah, we're all consenting adults here. Give us your
calling
problems.
Equals consent. Calling equals consent. bit.ly/LPN team hotline. Not LPN team. Thank you. bit.ly/LPN hotline. Camera is optional.
How was your weekend? Did you get into it with any bitches over the weekend?
I thought you were just going to ask me if I got it in. And
No.
yeah, I did get it in. I was just very surprised that you wanted to know.
That would be up top. Up top, every show, we're going to talk about how much sex the other one has had during the week. And that's just, I think, stuff we need to know to even the playing field, figure out how everybody's mood is.
Yeah.
How much did you get it in this weekend?
Yeah, we need to start keeping a log.
Also, I talk like a Jersey Shore character now.
I love this. Am I the gorilla on the beach? Yeah, you'd be coming after me if I was, baby.
Did you GTL over the weekend?
Yeah. So, well, I did gym and I did laundry, but obviously I haven't been doing a lot of tanning lately. I will say the more I sit next to you, the more I realize how much paler I am than you are.
I am just a tanner person, though.
You're just naturally tan?
Yeah, I mean, it just I have a Mediterranean background.
Oh, like an olive.
Yeah, it's an olivey thing happening. So yeah, but also I am outside with my children sometimes, and the sun gets to me.
Dare you be outside with the children?
How dare I?
Thank you for the gifted 10 subs. Oh my God, thank you guys so much for the gifted subs.
They're like, here are some
out
subs.
some
Wear
great
sunscreen.
I love this. Now, what about your weekend? Did you get it in? I guess I'm not asking the crass. I won't be crass on this show.
No.
Because yes, Wednesdays are for woohooing. So come join me over on The Sims. On Wednesdays, we woohoo. We're not talking about, unless you want to talk about banging, we can talk about banging. If you just want to talk about banging. I'm always talking about banging.
Okay, this weekend I got it. I had a combo with my friend where I heard about her husband who's kind of being the bitch. I'll be honest. I don't want to, I can't get into it too hard, but man, you got to listen to your wives when they tell you what's wrong. You got to listen. No, you gotta listen. Don't be a fucking bitch.
Oh, so the partner was just not listening whatsoever.
Yeah, he was just not giving any kind of, he was just kind of like, no, you're actually wrong. And I was just getting really mad. But
that's very frustrating.
I also went to go see the movie The Wild Robot, and I cried like a little bitch.
I am really keeping myself from watching The Wild Robot.
I cried so hard that my daughter next to me, my 5-year-old, goes, I can hear you. And I go, okay. She was like, stop crying, you stupid little bitch. I was like, oh, just this movie that's a full metaphor for motherhood? I'll be quiet. Sorry.
The movie wasn't for her. The movie was for you.
Oh, my God.
I looked at the trailer for Wild Robot. We all know it's a movie you can bring a kid to see, but the movie is not for kids, right?
No, it is totally, because it's beautiful and it's funny and there's a lot of good animals making little jokes and stuff. Like, my kids totally got it, but like the deeper message of it is like a heartbreaking, devastating message about parenthood. But It's gorgeous. The minute I got out of there, I go, this has to win an Oscar. It's like the best movie I've ever seen. It's so good.
Like Wild Robot. It's the new, you can see it in the trailer that you're going to sob your ass off.
Yeah, it's like that. Wait, we got a comment from the Majestic Kayla who wanted
Kayla.
Hello. Who had a question about the questions that come in on the show. Ooh. Do they have to be current? I don't think so. Is it still bothering you? Do you want to know something?
Let's talk about
I don't care if it happened 5 years ago.
Hell no.
What if there's a lot of background info required? I mean, I love background info. Give it to me as long as it's not like we can't have you monologuing for 10 minutes. Well, this is my husband.
You know what I mean?
My husband always makes fun of me and says that I start stories way too back in the story. He'll be like, high school? Why are you going back to high school right now? Yes and no on the background. We want the background, we want the details, but we can't. We can't go back generationally.
I get you, slime girl. I might have a gripe about something that happened 15 years ago, but I still think about it. Hit us.
Yes, tell me. I'll tell you who the bitch was in that situation. But then the last part of the Majestic Kayla's question was, and what if it gets political? I mean,
we probably won't touch the politics with a 10-foot pole, even though I think you can assume
how we lean, that we are MAGA to the core.
Yeah, obviously. Make my fucking country bitchy again.
I can't believe I'm drinking women-owned. Women should be in the kitchen making sandwiches.
Obviously.
Sorry, Buzzball.
We're going to be
Then
giving.
I pour it out. Yeah.
Don't ever pour it out, woman-owned.
I should tell my sister to call in and bitch about our other sister, says Melissa. Melissa, go for it. Do it.
Oh my God, especially please. I've got brother boss. You think that I don't love a sibling bitch fest?
Oh, somebody asked, Delighting Gale Plays asked, can we get advice to be more of a bitch? Absolutely. Do you feel like you're getting walked on and you want us to help you amp up your bitch? No problem.
Yes, please, we are
challenge
ready.
Accepted. We will make you bitch.
Yes, I want to encourage your bitch.
We are the Frankenstein doctors who will arise, bitch.
Well, because also, like I was saying this on the live earlier, but Kara really is a person that I look at your life and I'm just like, oh, I genuinely would take advice from you. Kara is like, not only has all of her shit together, she writes for television. She also has like a bunch of fucking siblings. She keeps all of her fucking life together. She has all of her I mean, again, it goes back to the fact that you have Excel spreadsheets of all of your bills from 2006.
Listen, but what do you think would happen if I skipped one of those months? The entire house would crumble.
It would crumble.
That's the thing.
It would crumble.
That's the thing. I might seem anybody who seems like they really have it together, because people write me all the time and they'll be like, "You make parenthood look really fun." I'm like, it's a fucking nightmare half the time. Whatever. We're all like, I'm just here to be honest.
But also Pocket Spice. Yes, it's bitch autumn. By the way, I don't know if I told you this.
It's bitch autumn.
We've been calling it bitch autumn, so let's go.
Oh, we're done with brat summer and it's bitch autumn. Fall into the bitch.
Yes. Oh my God, I do.
Remember Fall Into the Gap?
I remember Fall Into the Gap.
We're all falling into the gap. We're the same age.
You dang autumn, blonde and bother, don't you dare. I love that little hippo.
Okay, wait. We want to get to calls eventually, so let's get on to our first segment of the show. Is we're going to give a little bit of unsolicited advice. So this is where we give advice and we suss out who the bitch is in pop culture, in the zeitgeist, in what everybody's talking about. So
look at that unsolicited advice.
So,
oh my God.
Our very first story that we're going to talk about, first pop culture item. Jackie and I have both fallen tits first into the fucking Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. If you don't know what we're talking about, you've been living under a rock. You might not be watching it, and that's fine. Not everybody has to watch it, but everybody's talking about it. It's a reality show on Hulu. It's like 8 or 9, 20-year-olds. I mean, they are so young.
The babies.
Maybe one is 30, but like the rest of them
already divorced. 22 years old, has 3 kids.
Yeah, and divorced.
That's insane to me.
But what I like about it, because some people have said that they thought it would be too frustrating for them because of just watching like the misogyny that is a little bit inherent in the Mormon church and stuff like that. But what I like about it,
it's a little bit inherent.
Yeah, but what I like about it is that half of the half of the girls are super devout Mormons, and the other half are like, we're divorced, we love to drink, let's make a TikTok video and fucking sell extensions, and that's our lives.
I love that. Also, Panic Bhutan, it's the opposite of most reality, actually trying to get knocked up. Oh man, over and over.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Oh, there they are.
With their blue coats on. It scares me. This image actually scares me.
It's terrifying. I think they do it on purpose. That's very iconic.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it's like, that they did it in the spring and they wish that it was a full snowy field. I wish there wasn't all that grass poking out, but that's just,
I'm literally, they did too.
But like, it's literally these blue coats, which I'm sure have some significance that you and I haven't looked up. But
religion or something.
Yeah. But I just love that half of them are like religion, garments, like we have to be beholden to our husbands. And then the other half are like, oh, we soft swing. Like, so the show basically starts out with one of the main girls has blown up the whole group because she's gone.
And I love it because so many people in chat, nobody's throwing out Taylor's the bitch. Isn't it insane?
No.
From that first episode to the end that actually Taylor's not the bitch anymore.
No, listen. Here's the thing. If we're going to just go out, I think anybody that watches this show thinks that we're about to say that Whitney is the bitch.
Interesting.
Right?
It is a good choice.
And that is what I would have said until I watched maybe the last episode.
Man, it's those last two episodes.
And those,
in fact, I saw some people in chat, y'all. We all know who the real bitch is.
I am with Lily's Dark Materials. Zach is absolutely the bitch.
Zach Fleck.
Okay?
Zach
Affleck.
Not actually related to Ben Affleck, by the way. Which, why would you lie about it? Can we also say, talk about being the bitch in this situation. Why would you lie about it on national television and think that no one's gonna find out?
No, literally genealogy experts got on this guy's ass like with the quickness that you would not believe. Immediately it was like, nah, bro, like going back 10 generations, you're not related to Ben Affleck in any way. So they were like, we're Ben Affleck's second cousins. It's like, no, you aren't.
No, you're not.
But he's got this sweet little Mormon wife, Jen, who's on the show. He is one of these guys where he has the white hair, but his hair matches the color of his skin. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No, he looks like a baby ghost.
No,
he looks like someone. No,
he is like
a Victorian.
He's got fried ass, like skateboarder or snowboarder hair with white facial hair. I hate everything about him.
Yes,
he is rich and he married a girl who came from working class background. Her mother was a cleaning lady in the hospital where his father is a pulmonologist. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
And she is paying his way through his life right now with their children with her TikTok dancing. She's paying for everything. And then when he gets called he gets into medical school, he's like, let's move to New York. And she goes, I don't know, I'm kind of doing my TikTok thing here. And it's like been making us a lot of money. And he goes, I don't really care. And I was just like
just throw him out of the. Rainsource earlier said, did he lie to her? He must have, right? He must have lied to her.
Thank you. The chat is chanting, fuck Zach. And
fuck
that is
Zach.
Why you guys are real ones.
Bitch. Zach is definitely the bitch.
Imagine Zach as your doctor. I'm sorry, I don't know how to. Red age prop. Imagine Zach as your doctor. Imagine you walk in, you're in a fucking little, I was at my gyno today. I'm in a little paper thin gown and that fucking blonde on blonde, skin on hair man comes in and goes, yo, how are you feeling today? Like, no.
Whoa,
no.
That's really crazy. You should like go to a doctor.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about praying to your Lord and Savior and perhaps being a more devout wife for your husband? That could actually really help. Like, oh my God, kill this guy.
No.
Kill him with fire. I hate him. And I think he's the bitch. And I think that's our hot take.
Panic Bhutan. He probably can't say vagina.
Yeah.
He's probably scared of saying the word vagina.
Oh my God, he's horrible. But
that's Red Age. He called Jen the R word. It's just like, all these things. This man, it was him and Dakota. I know that. I don't know if this is a double bitch situation.
Oh yeah,
here, but I will say for anyone that cares, apparently Taylor and Dakota have gotten broken up.
They're done. So, from what I read, they're done. Later, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
See you later. That's a bye, bitch.
Dakota is trash broker.
But yeah, I mean, they freaked out because their wives went to Chippendales in Vegas. Just walked into the establishment, didn't touch a man. Didn't do anything, and it was like a full freak meltdown.
If a partner speaks to you the way she was spoken to, leave that partner. No one deserves to ever speak to you that way. No matter who they are, no matter what they are to you, they do not have the authority. No one does to speak to you that way.
Right.
That like conversation between the two of them, it actually made me like sick to my
stomach.
So,
and then
she was that upset.
And then she came back and was like, we worked it out. Everything's fine. Like a little alien, like zombie. Like, no.
Yes,
I hate this
the
guy.
Doll wife now.
I fucking hate this guy. This
Although
girl
everyone
is
knows
so
I'm
sweet.
the doll wife in my partnership. You know, I'm a bit of a doll wife. I go, Jeffrey, you want me to put on the clothes? Jeffrey, may I leave the house? And you know, he usually does, but it depends on the day.
He normally lets you go out.
He normally does.
Yeah. You're like, is a tank top okay today, Daddy?
Is it okay today?
He's like, no shoulders today.
Yep. And
Goody Zabrowski.
so Lord knows what's going to happen when I get home. I think, it's Goody Jackie's been having a hullabaloo with the devil, and I'm fine with it.
Okay, wait. Okay, our next piece of unsolicited advice is...
Excellent, alien. Yes, that's so true. Thank you so much, Jackie. Just got out of a very abusive on and off 6-year relationship where someone would tell me to shut the fuck up, and you know what? Gotta say, not worth it. It's not, and I'm so proud of you for getting out of that relationship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's the bitch.
Yes.
You're
He's
the
fucking bitch.
badass bitch.
Hell yeah, you are. Get out of that fucking relationship. Nobody deserves to treat you that way. Ooh, I'm getting all fired.
We're getting
up. I'm
pissed.
sorry. I'm getting pissed.
But
Pissed
oh yeah.
yet.
Oh, somebody also just wrote, it's gone now, but somebody wrote that Zach is the kind of guy that probably thinks you can get pregnant in a hot tub, just like with the sperm floating across.
Oh my
and I like
God.
that. That's probably so true.
He's just jerking off in every hot tub just in case someone goes in and he might get to have another child.
Oh yeah, these guys are all reproductive abusers in my opinion. Anyway, so the next story is Dave Grohl, that little
we don't
Foo
even
Fighter.
Need to talk about him that much.
Look at this little Foo Fighter.
Feel like it is the kind of thing where like I think that we can say off the bat that he's being a bit of a bitch.
I mean, you've been married 21 years. You're hiding a. Come on, it's 2024. Be like, can we be open? Can we figure out some kind of arrangement? Would you I don't know, like figure something out. You're gonna get caught. You're famous. And then your point that we were talking about this before is if you're gonna be fucking somebody for 10 years, why aren't you
wrap it up?
Yeah.
I've never been a cheater and I don't have the ability to impregnate another person. But if I did and I didn't want anybody to find out about what I was doing, I'd probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
Or I'd probably do
Yeah.
You know, I feel like take some responsibility or initiative, just wrap it up.
Yeah.
Or get the snip, rapist, yes, or get the snip.
Yeah, get the snip. You've got a bunch of kids. I don't know. Then I was wondering, because my mind goes to SVU, like crazy places. I'm like, maybe she was poking holes in the old rubbers.
I love the SVU.
Maybe she was like, I'd love a little Foo Fighter. You know what I mean?
I'd love to keep
I'd
him around.
love to be like, there goes my baby,
Oh, yeah. Coming into me. But that's him singing about himself looking in the mirror. I imagine that's the way.
Right, yeah.
I would assume.
So, I mean.
Yes, right, Red Age. Or ask, hey, are you on birth control? If not, I'm going to wrap it up. Like, there's just, I think it's really what it goes down to. This is definitely a lack of communication, bitch, right here. Because if he could have just, either, maybe, get out of a relationship if you're that unhappy and you want to go cheat for 10 years. Or let's say you're a rock and rollist and, I couldn't possibly. I must stick my dick or slap my pussy upon whatever floor I can find.
It's part of my art. Yeah.
Get out of the relationship. Like, I am not a cheater.
Right. No. I don't have time. I don't have the creativity or the time.
I don't want to lie. It's so much you got to create all the time. Or you have no respect for your partner and feel like, I don't need to even explain myself at all.
Yeah.
Which I feel like, not to be like this, is kind of the latter with this situation, that he probably just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, well, absolutely. There's definitely, right, like a hubris of like, I can't get caught, or even if I do, what does it matter? I don't know. We've got people, I don't really play video games, says he's the bitch. Thank you.
I think he's the bitch.
And I think Amberry91 is like, I expected better for some reason. I agree. It's like, I think we all thought he was like one of our good ones. Somebody started a Twitter thread recently that was like, who are you going to put in a thread that you think could never be embroiled in like a Diddy thing, in a Grohl thing, like, and somebody just put Keanu Reeves, and I was like, yeah, if Keanu betrays us, I think I'm just gonna walk into the ocean with rocks in my pockets.
Yep,
like, I don't know. I don't think we can do it.
I don't think
it can't be Keanu.
I'd love a Stanley Tucci, Caroline Selly. I hope Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci,
please.
He's gonna show us all.
While he's making his cocktails, you ever watch?
Oh yeah,
Tucci's like making cocktails, making food shows. Like he does this. I don't even know what he does. I think literally they're just giving him money. Like, why don't you Stanley Tucci about the town?
Yeah.
I'd love to see you do that.
No, Silver Moon Alchemy said, pregnancy aside, if he wasn't wrapping it up, he's putting his wife at risk for catching shit. And that's so true too. That would be my number one fuck you if I found out about cheating. I'd be like, and then, I mean,
there are people that find out that way too, because my ex's mother found out that his father was cheating on her. They'd been married for 35 years and found out that he was cheating because she got an STD in her 60s. And like, that is the most
oh my God,
the layers of how pissed off I would be. Not only just about the cheating, but the fact that like you also caught something and then you also didn't even go take care of it. You just fucked me with your stank ass dick and you put it inside of me?
How dare!
He's the bitch!
He's
Mortifying.
the fucking bitch.
Right off the work engine, I'd stab him. I just can't imagine how angry I would just like, I'd flip out in a level that I feel that I dare say I'd have a stroke.
Well, Dave, if you're watching, you got our advice, bitch. You're a bitch.
You're the bitch, Dave. And I guess if we were going to pop Dave on the bitchometer.
Oh, yeah. Let's get Dave on the bitchometer, shall we?
We haven't even introduced
This is our bitchometer where we want you guys in chat to vote. Basically 1 through 5.
Got 1
through 5. 1 being the littlest bitch and 5 being the biggest bitch. Just pop that in there. Tell us how bitchy you think Dave is being.
Yes, let's get some chat votes on it because we are about to start taking your calls.
Yes, momentarily.
And hotline. Get your calls in now. And oh yeah, I don't really play video games. We got a bitchometer. Part of my brain wants to say bitchometer, and the other part of my brain wants to say bitchometer. There's so I feel like I don't know what happens.
Well, for some reason, bitchometer is like 70s game show. Like, let's take it to the bitchometer,
which I do love.
But then bitchometer.
Poll is live. Thank you, LPN TV. The poll is live.
Thank you. The poll is
1
live.
through 5. How bitchy, from the terms of Gwyneth Paltrow to Kanye West, how bitchy would you say Dave Grohl is being? 5 is mega bitch. Caroline Selly. 5 is Kanye. So we got the bitchometer. It's chugging. And I am feeling it. Now, I guess it's going to be soon.
Yeah, we got to move on to our solicited advice.
I'm so excited.
We got to move on to get our calls from you guys. We're so excited. There's people waiting.
Yes, and I want to say thank you to everybody who has already subbed.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who has given out gifted subs. I really appreciate you guys. We're going to read off the names of everybody who got subs at the end of our show. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for getting in your subs because we really appreciate it. Because then you're going to know whenever we're doing Who's the Bitch, because we're going to do it every other week. And what if you forget? And then you're not here. Levels.
Wow, Dave. They've already canceled basically Foo Fighters are on indefinite hiatus. I don't know how you come back from Kanye level bitchiness.
I don't think you do.
I don't think you do, bro.
You do. Now, thank you guys so much for getting in your votes. We really appreciate you because we are moving on to our solicited advice.
Yes, and that's you guys that are calling us right now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right. Who are we talking to?
Who are we talking to? Ready to talk.
Let's take it to the phone. Oh, I hear a call.
I hear a call. Ready for us.
Hello, caller.
You're on the line with Who's the Bitch.
This is our first call, everybody. Give us 1 second.
Demon Limerick, what did he do? I understand another family is crazy, but fuck men anyway. Thank you, Demon Limerick. Yeah, I guess like, controlling a full person like what he's doing with Bianca Censori, but Lord knows now that we know that Dave Grohl is bad.
Yeah.
Lord knows what else he's doing.
Okay. Sorry about that. I think we're having a reception issue.
We're getting some kanks out of the system. Chugabutts is story time. I went to the doctor because I was having some...
Okay, so this is what I alluded to earlier. This is like a 15, 16-year-old story.
Okay.
All right, point. I'm here for it.
There's no fucking expiration date on bitchiness.
So I'm 28 years old, and this happened when I was in middle school, when I was in 7th grade, and it still bothers me to this day.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I'm the bitch or not.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So... At the time, I felt like she was like one of my only friends. She was like the person that I could like confide in.
Oh yeah. Especially middle school. That's like
this,
a best bitch right there.
Yeah. And then we had this like rapport where we would just like joke and tease each other all the time and like call each other names, but like we never truly meant it. You know, it was just one of those things where like, you're such a bitch, you know, that sort of thing. And then there was this one time where I was talking to somebody else. I don't even remember who this was at this point, but I was talking to somebody else about her. And they were saying how like she had been kind of like dating around. And keep in mind, this is like middle school. This is like 7th grade stuff. 8th grade. Anyway, so like we're starting to like at that age, you know, like start having sexual experiences and things like that.
Whoa.
And she was like kind of like going around and like doing some things. And I was just joking around and I said, oh my gosh, yeah, ha ha ha, she's such a whore, which I called her that all the time, jokingly.
Yeah.
And she understood at that point that it was a joke. But it got around to her from this other person I was talking to, like I said, I don't even remember who, that I had said that and I had called her a whore. And she flipped out on me. She completely like dropped me as a friend. She sent me this long, like instant message and was just like, you know, you're cut out of my life. I don't want to be around you anymore. Like, I don't trust you. Like, just get out of my life. And she said a lot of like really hurtful things, like picking at my insecurities and, you know, things that like I can't forget, you know, like things such as like, things like I was really insecure about, you know, my weight growing up as well as my looks. And she was like, if you want to be pretty, lose some weight and put on some makeup. And
okay.
Oh, not okay.
So it was like
hurt people.
Yeah. So I don't really know at this point. And like a couple of years later, like she basically like dropped all contact. We never talked to each other again after that. And then a couple of years later, she messaged me out of the blue when we were in high school and was like, hey, want to meet up? Are you down? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like maybe she'll apologize.
Yeah.
And never did. It was really awkward.
You did meet up with her though?
I did. We didn't talk about it at all. And she never apologized. To be completely honest, I don't remember if I apologized or not either. Ooh. No, wait, yes, I did. Because right after she blew up on me, I was like, I'm sorry. I never meant to like hurt you with that. And she just never dignified that with a response.
Yeah.
So who's the bitch here?
Whoa. It's
that's so complicated because yeah, you were like using, the thing is like you were using vernacular and language that you two had together, but outside of your relationship.
Right.
And so I think for her to get it filtered through this guy or through whoever many people it went through, for her to get it, she probably wasn't hearing it in your voice going, "What's up, whore?"
Right.
She was hearing it just whore, you know? So I get her thing, but then I think also not giving you the space to explain yourself and just attacking and going right at you. But then I also kind of feel like her asking you to get together, like, was her kind of like apologize.
Why didn't she apologize?
She should have apologized. Apologizing is really fucking hard for people. It's really hard for people. She should have. She should have. She's the bitch for not apologizing, for sure. But she's the one that reached out to you, and then you guys hung out, and then what? Never again?
Never again. We never spoke to each other again. We never talked again.
Wow.
And like, I don't know. I don't know where she's. I don't know what she's doing.
Oh, man. That is, it's so hard because I feel like it's like that age group too, when you're like, oh, I guess I can never have a female friend, which I don't know if you went through that slide, but I just remember being hurt by people at that age being like, oh, guess I don't trust girls anymore. And like, then you immediately shut down like that wall. I do think that I feel that this was a misunderstood situation where she was really hurt and she popped off.
Yeah.
And I don't, you know what, I dare say that, you know.
But if you apologized and she just didn't hear your apology at all.
And didn't come at you and didn't like further that after your apology, I feel, and maybe this is being nuts, that if someone apologizes and it is heartfelt and you actually go to them and say, I'm sorry, and you don't receive an I accept or I'm sorry as well, or there's not an interchange with that, I do feel, not every time, but in a situation like this, that person would be the bitch.
Yeah.
Even though they were
or even
hurt.
if she said, you know, like, I don't accept your apology, I would have, you know, accepted that.
And then
and just been like,
bitch.
okay,
Then,
well, I fucked up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the bitch is zeroed out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lisa Pizza, I think the meetup is evidence that the friendship isn't going to be the same. You're right.
Yeah,
And
it was
if you
just
wanted
so
to continue
awkward.
it-
Yeah. It was so awkward. And like, I was definitely interested in like kind of like rekindling what we had, but we had gone off to separate schools at that point and there was no mention of it at all. It was just never brought up again. And she never apologized. I do remember now that, like right after she had sent me that long message, like popping off, I had said, you know, hey, I'm sorry. And, you know, basically sent her like a long, like, this was a misunderstanding. Like, you know, I would never like call you that to hurt you. And it just, never got a response. And
I think that says a lot about, I think that says a lot about also though how she was feeling at the time. Like she must have been really feeling like maybe like sex stuff with her was spiraling a little bit. Maybe she was feeling like, am I a whore?
Bad experiences,
like she had some bad experiences
or good experiences that she was ashamed about.
Yeah.
Also, it's like adding in sex, especially at that age, and talking about someone else's sex is so vulnerable.
Oh my gosh. And everybody's so fucking judgmental. It's tough. But like, yeah, you immediately apologizing. Like somebody here, a commenter said, you apologized. You did what you could. Aurora Floyd said that. That's true. You did what you could. Like, you're in 7th grade. You fuck up. You say sorry. What do you want? I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah.
You know?
And I hate to say it,
8th grade.
even though because I want you to feel valid because I completely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I dare say at this point, it might be a bitchless crime.
Yeah, you're just too
bitchless crime.
children.
I like
Bitchless
that.
crime.
Sorry, I was a little I think it was a bitchless crime. And I think that but it's also good to like talk this out and be like, hey, I'm okay with feeling still confused. I would still be confused at your age as well. Like I think that it is like completely understandable to be where you're at and also to still think about it. Especially because like Slime, I do know you and I know that you're a really good person and I know you would never want to make somebody feel that way. And I completely understand as I don't want to speak for you saying you're a people pleaser, but I am a people pleaser. And when I think about someone that I upset,
oh, for sure.
And then it just spirals in your brain. So I need you to know.
Yeah.
You've said it here.
And
you're not
also,
the bitch.
like it was that, but double because she was like my only friend at the time. And the only person that I could really like confide in.
Well, that's
so
the
yeah,
thing I always
it
like.
fucked with me.
The thing I like always say about people, and this goes from 7th grade into adulthood, is like I talk about this like all the time with other friends, is like you earn money in the bank with people. Like you are always earning like with the things that you do for somebody, the emotional trust you're putting in somebody. So it's like if you were just like a random friend she met the week before and then she heard you called her a whore, it's like, yeah, bye, out of my life. But you are somebody who like had a really strong relationship with her. You guys had built a lot of trust. To me, there was money in the bank. And I always think it's sad when somebody just like walks away from a situation where there's money in the bank because you earned that. You guys built that together. And then she was just like, bye. And I think that says a lot more about like maybe something she was going through because you guys were clearly close. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that she made it so personal too.
Yeah.
It was just below
That's
the belt.
when it also tips into bitch territory.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say bitchless crime because it was so long ago, and I can only imagine
And
how hurt I would.
I don't really want to be calling 13-year-olds bitches too much.
No, especially
though they are.
you know,
You
they're
fucking
honestly-
13-year-olds.
No, they're vulnerable about their sexuality as well. And,
Oh my
adding all that
God. It's like we
into
heard
it.
about one girl in 7th grade who had sex. And we were all like, like it was
insane. Yeah. What
it's
middle
a
school?
crazy middle school is middle school should be illegal. I think we should every kid should be
Yes.
homeschooled from 6th grade
Yes.
to 9th grade and then we let them back into Gen
They
Pop.
get to yeah, exactly. Then they get to go figure their shit out.
Yeah.
Slime, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you for calling.
in.
I don't
Thank
know you,
for
but
being
you're
our
pretty
first
lovely.
caller. I really appreciate you. Love you so much, Slime.
Thank
You have a great
You're
night.
so sweet.
Is
Hell
Slime
yeah.
her screen name?
Slime Gang is
Okay.
yes is her
All right,
username.
just
Yes,
making-
but I've known Slime in the world of Twitch for many years.
Slime.
Beautiful slime, beautiful slime. And if you would like to call in bit.ly/LPN hotline.
And we have more calls. We have more calls lined up.
I love this. I love how we went full we're taking another call.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Good.
Awesome. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Who is the bitch? Let's start yelling.
Okay. So, my question, am I the bitch
Okay.
in this story?
Ooh,
Okay.
I love this.
A little backstory. So, my sister's getting married like in a week.
Okay.
And her bridal shower was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And my parents are divorced. They've been divorced for like 10 years. It was not a good divorce. Everybody is still very upset about it, including like a lot of family members, which is so silly, but that's what it is. And so when Nicole, my sister, was inviting people to her bridal shower, she invited people from both sides because my dad's side of the family is really small. So there's only like 3 people she would have invited. And that's my grandma, my aunt, and my cousin.
Okay.
And they're just like kind of weird, and they've always been kind of weird, but that's okay. The divorce really affected them, and they just don't show up for us like the other side of my family does. And so
Yeah.
that's fine, not a big deal. Nicole invites them to the bridal shower, and she gets a response from my grandma a couple weeks before the shower saying she like couldn't come, but like in a really weird little like handwritten note way. And Nicole was like, that's strange. Something's going on because it's my grandma. Why would she not come to my bridal shower?
And just send a note.
And to send a note,
Yeah.
and no explanation of like why she.
It was
couldn't
just like,
come.
I shan't be attending. Goodbye. That was it?
Literally, like in cursive, I shan't be coming to your bridal shower.
Okay.
It's really weird.
Okay.
And so Nicole asked me, she's like, hey, can you like go ask just like to see if something is going on? So I stopped by, just was like, hey, like, are you guys out of town that weekend? What's going on? She's like, oh no, if we were out of town, we would have told you. And I was like, okay. So like, what's happening? She's like, well, you didn't invite Kim, my aunt, to the bridal shower. And I was like, well, that's not true. Come to find out, my aunt didn't get an invite, but there was like 10 people that didn't get invites on like various sides of the family. The mail was kind of fucked up, whatever.
Okay.
So she was
It just
invited.
so
She just
happened
didn't get the invitation.
she was invited. She just
Aha.
didn't get the invitation.
Ugh,
And so-
another USPS problem.
God.
The United
They
States
really let
Postal
us down on
Service
this one.
fucking things up with families. Okay, go on.
Yes. So she thought she wasn't invited, but then my sister like found out from another family member that this was happening from like another cousin. So she had texted like a mass text being like, hey, if you didn't get an invite, so sorry. Here's a picture. You guys were all invited. No big deal. That happened like weeks before. And so I told my grandma, I was like, well, that's kind of bullshit because like she was invited. That's fine. Wish you guys could be there. I think it's kind of silly that you guys aren't showing up for Nicole, but that's your prerogative, you know. And then Nicole got a text from my cousin, who's the daughter of that aunt, and was like, unfortunately, I will not be able, or regretfully, I won't be able to attend because of the situation. And Nicole was like, what situation? So now I'm the bitch.
What situation? The fact that you were invited to the wedding? Is that what the situation is?
No, it's that I confronted my 80-year-old grandma asking her why she wasn't coming. And even my dad is like pissed at me. He's like, why would you ask her that? And I was like, Nicole asked me to. I don't know. It was so silly.
Oh my God.
They all think I'm the bitch. And like,
no, clearly the bitch in this scenario is United States Post Office Postmaster General Louis DeJoy. He is the bitch in this situation. This is crazy, though.
I also feel like
this is like people that are itching for a fight, right? Are they itching for a
that's
way?
exactly what it feels like. Yeah.
I would also assume, too, that they probably all have their hackles up already because they think it's going to be a difficult situation. So they're already coming in with their fucking bitch fucking clips up. And you're just like, chill out for a second. This is actually a positive situation.
And you would think that like your cousin, who's like the young one in the situation, I'm assuming, right? Kind of your age-ish a little bit.
She's like my age.
Yeah, like that you could just be like, hey, listen, this was like an invitation thing. Can you just like organize your mom and like grandma to like to all come, and like this is not weird.
Yeah.
And she's not stepping up. Everybody's like wanting this to be drama.
Also,
I don't think you're the bitch for doing something that your sister asked you to do.
And
no,
also,
I would
don't
literally
think your
kill
sister was
for
being,
her. So,
and I don't think your sister was being a bitch for asking you to do it either. Because as someone that has planned a wedding, there are times when you look to your either siblings or best friends and you're like, "Hey, I need you to take care of this shit. It is something I literally cannot handle right now. I need you to go in. I need you to take care of it."
Yeah.
So for anyone to be upset with you, I think is absolute bullshit. And I think a lot of people in chat are saying that your aunt is certainly being the bitch in this situation.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Somebody, XX Grapes, Grapples XX says the olds love
grapes. I always say grapists,
Oh, sorry.
even though they're not grapists, but grapist sounds like
Grapples says the olds love drama. I have an 80-year-old grandma.
The olds love drama. They do.
They love drama.
Yeah, and
I'm not saying your grandmother.
Bored.
I don't think your grandmother is being the bitch in this situation. I think your grandmother is being the grandmother in this situation. And I feel like I don't want to call a grandmother a bitch in a situation.
but generationally, it would go that the niece should talk to her mom, who should talk to her mom, and they should
massage the situation
and fucking figure it out, because this is crazy, and you guys are missing out on like a little party with cute little tea sandwiches and whatever to celebrate your sister. Why are you being crazy?
Weddings bring out the worst, and I'm so sorry that you're going through this.
What's the next step, though? Can I ask? What's the next step? Like, this was the shower. Isn't the wedding in a week? Are they coming?
Yeah, are they going to come to the wedding?
Yeah, so they didn't come to the bridal shower, even though Nicole made it very clear that it was important to her. And so then because she's very stressed out, I don't hold this against her, she didn't want to invite them to the wedding anymore. She wanted to straight up like call them or stop by and be like, you're not invited.
Yeah.
And my dad was very upset about that because it's his family, which I understand. And they RSVP'd like a week and a half late to the wedding, which I think is super on purpose and super petty. But whatever.
Oh, it certainly is. But I will say,
so she's
the one nice
keeping
thing about
them
a wedding,
invited.
remind yourself and remind your sister that even if they have to be there to keep the peace, to keep your dad happy, you're not going to talk to them. You can kind of pretend like they don't.
Yeah.
I had some
Table
people at my
15.
wedding.
Put them in the fucking
That's the thing.
corner,
I had some
baby.
people at my wedding I didn't
exactly
necessarily
right.
want at my wedding, and I just kept them far away from me, and I didn't fucking talk to them. and I was being the bitch in that situation, but I'm just saying, remind your sister that no matter what happens, everything's going to work out and that she's not going to have to deal. Unfortunately, it is going to fall on your shoulders. It is your job as sister to take it.
And I'm the maid of honor, so they're at the furthest table. They're like the last
So
to
just
like get
go
food,
over
like,
during the wedding and go, we love having you here. Great to see you. Blah, blah, blah. 2 seconds, then go back to your drinks, get on the dance floor and shake your ass. Like it doesn't,
we're gonna have a great time.
It's gonna be great.
So it's gonna be great.
It's going to be great. And like, that's the thing at a wedding, they're so fun. And it's like, don't let the haters get even anywhere near like your like little bubble of fun, And
if there's one thing that I really do kind of want to push on this show, it is taking the high road and how far it gets you. You be the nicest version of yourself when they show up to that wedding.
Oh, see, we didn't talk about that in advance, Jackie. I want low road. I want low road.
This is why
I want you to fucking trip them on their way into the reception. Let's get grandma a new hip. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, high road.
I'm such a bitch of like, okay, you want to be like this? Okay, you want to be a trash person? I'm going to
kill you with kindness.
Oh, babe. You're going to be the best maid of honor that you can be. You will just be only cordial to them.
It sounds like you're being a great maid of honor.
You're killing this so far. You're doing a great job. No, you're not the bitch.
Not the bitch.
I appreciate it. I will keep that all in mind.
Oh, thank you so much for calling in. And please also call in afterwards and let us know how.
Oh, yes. Or DM us or something. We need to know. We need to know. I want to know how the wedding goes. I want to know if your grandma starts some shit at this wedding. I really need to know.
And how you put it down. Put that shit down. You don't let her ruin your sister's day. You are the guard of the day. You take care of your sister. You got this shit.
I got it. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Dude. Have a great night.
Do we have time for one more, or do we have to get to our... Yeah, maybe one more?
Yeah, I feel like we can scooch in one more. Let's get one more in there. I'd love to have 3.
Oh, no.
Then we're getting out of here.
We're all good. Okay, so we're going to move on to our last segment, which is where
Louis Dark Material says, as can the show have an update segment? I think that we're going to be having updates. I'm going to ask. I want updates. I love updates. I want to find out how it goes. I am just a little nosy, a little anteater bitch.
I love an update. We need updates. Please get back to us with your updates. Honestly, who'sthebitch.com has all the info you're going to need for contacting us, for listening and watching, everything. Okay.
I love that Caroline Sully called it a bitch date. I love it. I love calling it bitch date. Bitch date.
All right. This is our final segment where this is going to be a rotating segment.
Yes.
But today, we thought it would be fun to go into like old advice columns from days of yore and look at the absolute batshit advice they used to give people back in the day. And then we can weigh in on who's the bitch.
Please.
Who's the old bitch? Who's the old timey bitch?
Who's that old timey bitch? And I guess this segment's called What
Ought I to Do?
Thank you so much for the sub, some kind of self. And also, I love Slime Gang. They said, LOL, I don't think there will ever be any updates for my story. Slime, you say that, but I don't know. I'm going to a wedding of someone of my high school friend in a couple of weeks, and I've not seen any people from high school. I'm about to see a bunch of them. So you never know when you're going to find yourself in a situation like that.
Oh my God, that's crazy. All right, so this is a segment. Yeah, we go back and we look at some old advice. So I found this one column from Dear Miss Fairfax, which
Dear Miss Fairfax,
Miss Beatrice Fairfax. I can't find out what publication it was in. She died in 1945, so at the age of 70. So I'm imagining that this letter that we're getting here came from like the early 1900s of some sort.
How you doing, babe?
Okay, so this says, Dear Miss Fairfax, I have been keeping steady company with a young gentleman for about 6 months.
Oh.
What I mean by steady company is this. I have not been out with any other men, nor has he with any other girls since we have started going with each other. We see each other every night. We are deeply in love with each other. This gentleman is 10 years my senior. Okay, he has asked me to become engaged to him on my 18th birthday. I know
on her 18th birthday, she's writing it out. She is a child.
She is only 17, maybe 16. We don't know.
Soon.
I know my parents will not object as they like him very much. I have not yet given my answer to him as to whether I will accept a ring on my 18th birthday, as I wanted your advice on the matter first.
Oh.
Is it advisable to spoon with a young man of a passionate disposition? Signed, SS.
What if the spoon is elderly and I am but a child?
Okay, Miss Fairfax writes back, you love each other, your parents approve, there is no reason why you should not become engaged and eventually happily married.
Oh, good.
In answer to your second inquiry, most emphatically, no.
No, nay, you may
No.
never, you may
No
never.
spooning.
Never
Spooning is for the devil.
Never a fork, never a
Spooning
knife.
is the devil's foreplay. Listen, guys.
I love
is
this.
So there are so many red flags in
I'm
this.
so glad times are changing.
I know. There's so many red flags in this. Like, number one, she's 16 or 17 going out with a 26 or 27-year-old who is just waiting for her 18th birthday, like the Olsen twins when people were waiting
Oh
for
my
them
God,
to
the
turn legal.
countdown
The
till they were
countdown clock for the
18.
Olsen twins. Okay. That's number one. Number two is she's like, I cannot possibly accept a marriage proposal until this random columnist tells me that I can.
Couldn't possibly.
So Miss Fairfax is very important in this girl's life.
Very good to
And then
know.
number three is Miss Fairfax is like, spooning is for sluts.
Yes. Oh God, don't slime. Don't pick it up. I feel like you gotta start letting people know if you are spooning out of wedlock, you're a whore.
Oh, spooning out of wedlock. How fucking dare you?
No.
You want to press your little butt up against somebody's little penis with their old-timey pajamas on,
Oh,
their
yes.
bloomers or whatever
Oh,
they've
yes.
got on.
Oh, the
You
penis
little
would be
hooker.
flattened up against this
You
stomach.
little hooker. Come on.
Very into it. I think that it is good to write into an old bitch and ask if I can cuddle my significant other. And I dare say, I think that, especially if you're going by how I used to act, I would definitely not cuddle until like the 8th date. You know, like I'm banging, I'm doing
She
whatever.
says they
but I'm
see
in
each
and
other
out.
every night. They see each other every night. They're in love, and she just wants to spoon. And this columnist is like, "How dare you press your bodies together fully clothed?"
I just think they don't have television. What the fuck else are they doing? Like, if there was nothing else I could do besides read like I'm in Beauty and the Beast or fuck, which is I'm assuming all they want to be doing, you're just gonna be a well-read bitch at the age of 15, ready to be wed, and just like.
I mean, I'm also coming at this from a person who just simply adored dry humping in my younger days.
Oh,
I just
really?
love to dry hump.
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
Is this something that you still do in
frottage.
your everyday?
You can just put frottage on my fucking business card. I loved it. I loved dry humping.
Wow.
Oh, just like after a wedding or in a taxi cab in New York, you just fucking dry hump a little bit.
ramming
Yeah.
each other.
Just
So
denim
right.
on denim. Let's go.
Red H
Come
says, I
on.
love frottage. So,
Yeah,
you know,
come on.
You are not
Come
alone.
on. I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
No.
You're shaming me a little bit,
I'm not.
Jackie.
I would never.
I feel right now.
I think, I think it's, what's I think going to be really great about the show is I think we're going to learn a lot about each other and about things that we didn't know.
Because I love dry humping.
You love dry humping, and I feel like I don't know about.
Dry humping?
No, I just don't know about your sexual escapades.
Oh,
I don't
just dry
know.
humping pretty
It's-
much.
Is it just dry humping as far as
Pretty
you
much
went?
dry humping. Yeah.
Only dry humping. Oh, Kara dried up.
For me, it was dry humping, marriage, kids. That's how I did it.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Now, Top Gauge says, what's this show called? It's called Who's the Bitch?
Chat is on my side.
Chat's
Chat
on
is
your
on my
side.
side. They
Chat-
love dry humping.
Tom
It's just a
Stork
fun
Engine
way to like get
strictly
things
dry
going on the transit home.
Should I be dry humping more? Now, what happens if you don't have a transit ride home? Should I be just like going home? I see my husband on the couch. I crawl on top. I start dry humping him.
Well, once you're married, dry humping is like, what are we doing? I'm just talking about when you're
keep it
still
alive.
in the courting phase.
Gotta keep it alive. Thank you so much, Meadow, and welcome.
What do you think? Should we have one more, or we should probably wrap it up? Let's wrap it up. We'll do it for next. We'll do it for next week's What Ought I to Do. I knew we were gonna have too much to talk about.
I know, and I really appreciate you guys checking out our brand new show, Who's the Bitch? And I want to say thank you guys so much for getting in your subs. I want to say thank you so much for the subs. J.H. Mira, Slime Gang, Thomas the Twerk Engine, Redditch Prop, Jotte, Chelsea Nadine. Oh, there you go. Lisa Pizza, Some Kind of Self, and Lil Bish Bear gifted 5 subs. I don't really play video games, gifted 10 subs. TMB476 gifted 10 subs. And Action Bastard gifted 25 subs. Thank you guys so much for your subs. And thank you to everybody for joining us on our first episode of Who's the Bitch. So get your quandaries together. Do you have some shit you kind of want to bring to us and find out, oh, am I being a bitch?
You've got a friend that comes to you with a problem and you go, I don't really know how to answer that. You go, I got 2 bitches that do. And then you bring it to us.
Bring it to us, because we are not scared of letting you know if maybe you're being the bitch in your scenario. Because sometimes you got to get it out of your brain.
Yeah.
Even if you know somebody's being the bitch, or you know you're being the bitch, sometimes you got to hear it. So let us know. Go to who'sthebitch.com in between shows. You can email us. You can leave us a voicemail. You can DM us over on Instagram. Come give us a follow. Give us some, what are they? Not auditions. Reviews.
Yeah.
Lord.
You guys can subscribe also on Apple and Spotify. This will come out as on a podcast in 2 days on Wednesday, October 2nd. And then every Wednesday there will be a podcast. It will either be this live stream or it will be an audio-only podcast that we do, especially for you, where we're going to read voicemails and DMs and stuff. It'll be more of this. It'll be more fun. And so every week you'll get more Who's the Bitch. And subscribe, review, rate and review, or whatever bullshit you're supposed to do. And we love you.
Hell yeah, Panic Bhutan. Thank you for following on Spotify. You can follow us wherever you get your podcasts. And I just want to say just a heartfelt thank you to everybody that came and joined us. If you had no idea what this was going to be, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you so much, Kara.
Thank you so much to you
everybody
and to you
for giving us this opportunity. Well, hell, I guess you'll hear from us next week, and you'll see us in 2 weeks. So don't go too far. Well, you can, because it's the end of the show. But Who's the Bitch? LPN. We love you. We'll talk to you soon.
We'll see you soon.